It is 10 o'clock at night. You walk into the kitchen to turn off the light. And there it is. The sink. 2 plates from dinner. A pan with oil still sitting in it. This morning's coffee cup. Ring of brown at the bottom. A fork. A cutting board leaning against the tap. You look at it. You are tired. You say the word you always say. Tomorrow, and you go to bed. Now let me tell you what happens at 7 the next morning. You walk into that same kitchen. The mess is waiting for you. Before you have done anything, before the day has even started, you are already behind. You feel it in your chest, a small weight. You will carry it all day. Here is the thing. The sink is not the problem. The sink is a symptom. It is one small thing, postponed, and your whole day is full of them. The bed left open, the jacket on the chair, the email you will answer later. The walk you will take when things calm down. The bill you will look at next week. None of them is heavy on its own. Together, they are the reason you feel tired at 2 in the afternoon. The reason your home never feels finished. The reason you lie awake at night with a busy mind and an empty feeling. I want you to sit with this for a moment. You do not have a discipline problem. You have been taught to live in a way that creates mess, and then to buy solutions for the mess. Storage bins for the clutter, energy drinks for the tiredness, pills for the sleep, apps for the calm. There is an older way of living. It handles all of this before it starts. Japanese people did not invent a cure for the heavy, cluttered, exhausted life. For most of our history, we simply never lived that way. The modern world forgot this way of living for a simple reason. There is no money in it. Nobody profits when you drink warm water and go for a walk. I have lived this way for more than 40 years. My mother kept her home this way in a small town in Nagano. Her mother did the same, in a house with almost nothing in it. I am not going to tell you anything clever. Only what I have done every day for most of my life. By the end of this video, you will have 10 small habits. Each one takes less than 10 minutes. Each one costs nothing. Together, they form one complete day, from the moment you wake to the moment you sleep. Tonight, you can start with one. I will tell you which one at the end. The first habit. Change the air. The first thing my mother did every morning was not make coffee. It was not check anything. She opened the windows. In Japanese, this is called kanki. It means changing the air. Every Japanese home does it, every morning, even in January, even when it is snowing. You open windows on 2 sides of the home, so the air moves through. 10 minutes. Then you close them. Why? Because the air in a closed bedroom after 8 hours of sleep is stale. It is heavy with moisture and carbon dioxide. You slept in it all night. If you leave it there, you spend your morning breathing yesterday. In Japan, school children do this in their classrooms. Between lessons, windows open, air changes. It is considered as basic as washing your hands. Here is what you do tomorrow morning. Before your phone, before coffee, open one window in your bedroom and one on the other side of your home. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Stand near the window while it runs. That is the whole habit. You will notice something within a week. The home smells different. Your head feels different. The day starts with movement instead of a screen. The second habit takes 90 seconds. Drink warm water. Before tea, before coffee, before food. Many Japanese people drink a cup of plain, warm water. Not hot, warm. We call it sayu. My grandmother called it the first meal of the day. Think about what most people do instead. They pour cold water from the refrigerator, or they go straight to coffee on an empty stomach. Your body has been asleep for 8 hours. It is slightly dehydrated. Its temperature is low. Cold water asks it to work. Warm water helps it wake. There is nothing mystical here. Warm water rehydrates you gently and warms the stomach before you ask it to digest anything. That is all. It has been done in Japan and across Asia for centuries because it feels good and costs nothing. Boil water, let it cool until you can drink it comfortably, and drink it slowly while your windows are open. 2 habits, same 10 minutes. Compare the cost. A cup of warm water is free. The average American spends over $1,000 a year on coffee shops and energy drinks. I am not telling you to give up coffee. I drink tea every day. I am telling you what comes first. The third habit, 3 minutes of movement. Every morning at 6:30 on Japanese radio, the same music has played since 1928. It is called rajio taiso, radio calisthenics. It is a 3-minute routine of simple movements. Arm circles, bending side to side, reaching up. Small jumps, if you want them. Children do it at school. Workers do it at construction sites, in office, car parks, in factories. Old men do it in the park, in a circle, at dawn. I am one of those old men. Notice what it is not. It is not a workout. Nobody sweats. Nobody wears special clothes. There is no membership, no equipment, no mirror. And that is exactly why it works. Americans spend around $40 billion a year on gym memberships, and studies show most members stop going within months. The gym asks too much. It asks for an hour, a drive, a change of clothes, willpower. 3 minutes asks for almost nothing. And 3 minutes every single day for 40 years is worth more than a gym membership used in January and abandoned in March. A body that moves a little every day stays a body that can move. Tomorrow, after your warm water, stand in the middle of a room. Circle your arms 10 times. Bend gently side to side 10 times. Reach for the ceiling 10 times. March in place for 30 seconds. Done. You can find the real rajio taiso routine online if you want the traditional version. But the version you actually do is the correct version. The fourth habit, the small daily wipe. Now the home. In many Western homes, cleaning is an event. Saturday afternoon, 2 or 3 hours. Music on, sleeves up, a small battle. And by Wednesday, the home is sliding backwards again. In a traditional Japanese home, that Saturday does not exist. Instead, there is fukisoji, wiping cleaning, a damp cloth, and 5 minutes every day. In Japanese schools, there is no janitor for the classrooms. The children clean every afternoon, 15 minutes. The students wipe the floors and desks of their own school, not as punishment. As a normal part of the day, like lunch, a child who wipes the floor learns 2 things. Cleaning is nobody's job, because it is everybody's job. And a mess handled today is small. A mess handled Saturday is large. So here is the habit. 1 damp cloth, kept somewhere you can reach it. Once a day, wipe one's own. Monday, the kitchen counters. Tuesday, the bathroom sink and mirror. Wednesday, the dining table and 1 shelf. 5 minutes, then stop. Even if you see more. The mathematics is simple. 5 minutes a day is 35 minutes a week. Spread so thin, you never feel it. The Saturday battle is 2 hours, and you feel all of it. Same home, same dirt, completely different life. The 5th habit, 1 soup, 1 dish, now food. People ask why Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates in the developed world. Around 4% of Japanese adults are obese. In America, the figure is over 40%, 10 times higher. Same century, same food science available to both countries. The answer is not sushi. Most Japanese people do not eat sushi every week. The answer is structure. The traditional Japanese meal has a formula, and the simplest version is called ichiju isai. 1 soup, 1 dish, plus rice. A bowl of miso soup, a bowl of rice, one main. Grilled fish, or simmered vegetables, or tofu. Maybe a small pickle on the side. That is dinner. It has been dinner for hundreds of years. Notice what the formula does. It answers the question, "What should I eat?" before hunger asks it. There is no standing in front of the open refrigerator at 7 p.m., tired, deciding. Decisions made while tired and hungry are how a delivery app gets opened. The average American household now spends over $3,000 a year on food outside the home. The formula is how you quietly take that money back. You do not need to cook Japanese food. Take the structure, not the ingredients. One simple soup, one protein, one vegetable, one modest portion of a grain. Put it in small bowls, not one large plate. A small bowl, refilled if truly needed, will always feed you less than a large plate filled once. This is portion control, with no counting, no app, no willpower. Try it 3 nights this week. Soup can be as simple as broth from a carton with whatever vegetables are in the drawer. The 6th habit. Walk as transport, not exercise. Here is a number worth sitting with. A large smartphone study from Stanford measured daily steps across countries. Americans averaged under 5,000 steps a day. Japanese people averaged over 6,000, and older studies of Japan have measured higher still. Nobody in Japan is doing this on a treadmill. The steps are hidden inside the day, the walk to the train station, the stairs inside the station, the walk to the shop carrying the basket because you buy food for 2 days, not 2 weeks, the walk home. Japanese people do not exercise more than Americans. They simply never removed walking from their lives. In much of the West, walking was engineered away. The drive-through, the parking spot by the door, the online cart. Then the missing movement was sold back as a gym membership. You may live somewhere built entirely for cars, I understand. So you rebuild walking in small pieces. Park at the far end of the lot, every time, as a rule, not a choice. Take stairs when the trip is 3 floors or fewer. After dinner, walk for 15 minutes. In Japan, the slow evening stroll is normal life, and there is good evidence that a short walk after eating helps steady your blood sugar. 15 minutes after dinner, tonight. That is around 1,500 steps you did not have yesterday. Free. The 7th habit is different. It is not something you do. It is something you stop filling. In Japanese art and life, there is a concept called ma. It means the space between things, the pause. In Japanese music, the silence between notes is considered part of the music. In a traditional room, the empty floor is not wasted space. It is the point. A room breathes through its emptiness the way a sentence breathes through its pauses. Now look at a modern day. Every gap is filled. Waiting for the kettle, phone. Walking to the car, podcast. 2 free minutes, feed. The day has no silence between its notes, and so the whole day becomes noise. Then we wonder why the mind will not settle at 11 p.m. Practicing ma costs nothing and takes no time, because it is the removal of things, not the adding of them. 2 applications. First, in your home, choose one surface, the kitchen table or one shelf. Make it permanently empty, not minimal, empty. Nothing lives there. When your eye crosses it, it rests. One empty surface changes how a whole room feels. My mother kept the top of one wooden chest bare her entire life, except for a single seasonal flower. Second, in your day, choose one small weight, the kettle, the queue, the red light. Leave it empty, no phone. You just stand there and let the pause be a pause. It will feel strange for a week, then it will feel like the best part of the day. The 8th habit. Write down what you spend. In 1904, a Japanese journalist named Hani Motoko, the country's first female journalist, published a simple idea for households. a small notebook called a kakeibo. It means household account book. It is still sold in every Japanese bookshop every December, more than 120 years later. The method is almost embarrassingly simple. At the end of the day, you write down by hand what you spent, not in an app, by hand, because the hand is honest in a way the thumb is not. An app records your spending silently, so you never have to face it. A pen makes you write, "Coffee, $6," with your own fingers. Once a week, you sit with the notebook for 10 minutes and ask the old kakeibo questions. What did I spend that I do not even remember enjoying? What would I happily buy again? What was bought out of tiredness rather than need? There is a Japanese word that stands behind this whole habit. Motenai. It is hard to translate exactly. It means a sense of regret when something is wasted. Money, food, an object, an hour. Because everything carries value and deserves respect. A person with motenai in their bones does not need a budget. The waste itself becomes uncomfortable. Tonight, find any notebook in your home. You already own one. Write today's date and today's spending. That is the entire first day of the habit. People who track spending by hand routinely find hundreds of dollars a month they were leaking without noticing, not by cutting joy, by cutting what was never joy in the first place. The ninth habit, the evening bath, and the habit that changed my sleep more than anything else. In Japan, the bath is not for washing. You wash first, outside the tub, with soap and a hand shower. Then, already clean, you sink into hot water up to your shoulders and you sit. 10-15 minutes. This is the ofuro, and most Japanese people do it at night, not in the morning. It is where the day officially ends. There is real science underneath the tradition. To fall asleep, your core body temperature needs to drop. A hot bath, taken roughly 1 to 2 hours before bed, raises your temperature. And then, after you get out, your body cools steeply. That falling temperature is one of the strongest natural signals for sleep. Researchers who reviewed the evidence found that warm baths in the evening help people fall asleep faster. Meanwhile, Americans spend billions of dollars every year on sleep aids, supplements, and devices. The bath was there the whole time. If you have a tub, use it. Tonight, 90 minutes before bed, hot water, shoulders under, 10 minutes, no phone in the room. If you only have a shower, a hot shower ending with the water on your neck and shoulders gives a smaller version of the same effect. What matters is the timing, evening, not morning, and the ritual. The bath is a door. On one side is the day. On the other side is rest. The 10th habit, close the day. And now we return to the kitchen. 10 o'clock at night. The sink. In Japanese, there is a word, atokatazuke. It means the tidying that comes after, the putting away that finishes an activity. In a traditional household, a task is not complete when the doing is done. It is complete when the space is returned to how it was. The meal is not finished when you stop eating. It is finished when the dishes are washed, dried, and put away, and the counter is wiped. Cooking and cleaning are one act, not two. This is why a Japanese kitchen can be 40 years old and calm. Nothing waits overnight. The day is closed the way a shopkeeper closes a shop. Everything back in its place so that tomorrow opens clean. So here is the last habit, and the first one I want you to try. Tonight, before bed, empty the sink. Wash what is there. Wipe the counter once. It will take 8 minutes, maybe 10. Then turn off the light and look at the kitchen for a moment. Tomorrow morning, walk in and feel the difference. The day starts at 0 instead of -1. No weight in the chest. You will understand in one morning what I have been saying for 30 minutes. The sink was never about the sink. 10 habits. One day. Let me make it simple. Tonight, do one thing. Empty the sink before bed. Just that. This week, add the morning. Windows open for 10 minutes, a cup of warm water while they are open. 2 habits, 1 10-minute window. This month, choose one more from the list and let it settle in. The 3 minutes of movement, the evening walk, the notebook. One is enough. In Japan, we do not trust the person who changes everything at once. We trust the person who changes one small thing and is still doing it in a year. None of this costs money. That is exactly why nobody advertises it to you. If this was useful, you know where to find us. Good night, and leave the sink empty.